This switch puzzle almost just destroyed everything. It felt so wildly impossible. I was just here for, again, what felt like forever, just switching through every possible variation. And eventually, they just all end up to the right. And look who's on the other side. That's right. Hopefully she knows where the sentient toaster is. And I gotta wonder, like, what is this creature that came out from inside the poutine lady? It's the hag that came out of the lady back in the town of Sexton here. The hag attacks. Of course she does. You're gonna open it with the guard. Alright, the Champas. That's crazy. Concussion slam. Little madness. Hopefully that keeps their accuracy low. And then I just been farming around with Pilfer, which steals a little money. And then I hit him with the Black Fist, which I finally learned isn't just cooking different things. It's actively... Our defense stat decreased. Interesting. It's actually adding what it cooks to our inventory, I think. So it doesn't just say we cooked up a crab leg. We have a crab leg now in our inventory that we otherwise did not. All right, so that was 3. We'll guard up again. Block that Vicious Fang. Try and get them with the Concussive Slam. Keep the madness on them. Awesome, awesome. And Vicious Fang again. Crazy big hit. Put a little money in our pocket if we can. We got nothing. All right. Hey, they missed. We missed. What are the odds of that? I think the madness is lasting like a shorter and shorter time. Not 100% sure, but it's supposed to decrease their accuracy. Hey, they missed. There we go. There we go. We found 350 of the monies. Now we're talking. Hit him with a Black Fist here. Boom. We got a pizza for that. They missed again. We'll finish them off. All right, Hag, reveal your secrets. We found the toaster. Okay, I guess we go back. It's kind of a long way back, but I guess we go for it. We made it back to the town of Sexton. We're going to give the lady her toaster back. The poutine lady. I forget which house she is. Yeah, this looks like the right one. See if she's happy about that. Yes, we have your toaster. Apparently, she lost some sleep over the hag. She can't think of us enough. She gave us the lunar scissor saw. Just something she had lying around. It's not like I'm ever going to use it. ... Apparently, the only thing she uses around here is her toaster. Apparently, he's a little crude, but they're friends. Apparently, he makes good toast. Well, she just wanted some poutine. Let's talk to the toaster. What's up, wild man? Hey, we gotta thank you. A little gratitude. Hey. Okay, the toaster had a sword gun gunblade. Apparently, that thing was stuck in his slots when... Oh my goodness. Okay. Well. Apparently, this brave little toaster had a sword gun gunblade, and little lady here is keeping a little lunar scissor saw. Wowie, and they're actually really good items, and we can master both of these. That's a permanent, plus 10 to all of our main stats here. Very cool. Go ahead and get started on the sword gun gunblade. And one of the very first towns we saw, we helped this man bring a goblin heart to his wife, and she sent us on a couple of little quests here. Most recently, she wanted a nymph mouth. We're going to say we didn't bring it. We actually have it. I just want to see if she says anything. Uh-oh. Yeah, we've got trouble here. We brought you the mouth. You are welcome. We have brought her everything she asked for. Thanks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we're in over our head. Say the word. I think we're being threatened. Oh, no. It's a surprise boss fight? Oh my goodness. Well, this is exciting. Do or do not. There is no try. Okay. Immediately opens up with a bind attack. Crazy. Hit us with a bounce right after. The old bind to bounce combo. And then the swallow. I think swallow heals them. Swallow's pretty tough. Yeah, we're in trouble. I'm not sure this Angsty Assault is the best move to be using. from the gun sword, but it's just what we got. And a penetrate, that's a new hit. I don't think we've seen that one before. We'll try and keep the madness up. Penetrate and bounce. Wow. We got him with the madness. Perfect. Freyja's in trouble now. I like really do not want to get hit by that bind attack. I'm concerned about like a status effect it might have. And oh, it's got bleed damage. Mistakes have been made. Oh, what do we do? I guess we do a life drain and then a guard. Oh, they got us. Okay, guard is up. Hopefully we get the concussive slash to land a madness. Perfect. So I did not read. Oh, come on. It's way too much healing. I did not read what angsty, or what was this thing called? The gun sword does? Angsty assault? Yeah. I did not realize it was going to do a bleed effect. It's okay, but it's definitely not best for us. Because I'd rather they have that madness on them here with Freyja. So that her... A soul suck. Yikes. Her accuracy's lower. Right, the bleed. Alright. Irrefutable offer. We've never seen this before. She missed. Okay, yeah, we don't want to see what that had. Here we go. The irony of beating this Freyja with an angsty assault. Is this the first person we've officially fought? She was some kind of monster creature. Very cool. Level up. And a special weapon. Nice. Oh, she's gone. Yeah, we should probably get out of here. So we'll have to see if the mastery skill is any good, but the stats aren't all that great, but maybe the skill has some power to it. But I guess that was like a little mini quest. I was not expecting it to end with us in a position where we were fighting her. I thought it would go in a different direction. I wasn't exactly sure where, but I thought maybe there'd be like a sweet quest item or something, and we got a sweet quest item, I suppose, so everybody's happy. Hey, Blue. One good dog right there. Well, I hope everyone got a happy ending, but I'm actually, a little bit concerned. Maybe if we reloaded, it'd be different. I'm a little concerned that she was some kind of a monster creature, It's time for a rematch with this air dragon. I'm sure people are going to be thrilled when we take this thing out. The mighty air dragon, master of the skies. I don't actually think we're that much stronger than we were last time. We're just hoping not to get hit with some massive critical attack. So this Kane's Fury attack is one of the hardest hitting attacks we have. It only has a 95% accuracy though. Most of the other attacks we've used up to this point have a solid 100. We're chunking it down. A lot of the other attacks we've used have a base damage of like 10, 15, 20. Sometimes 30. This one's base damage is 50, which is pretty crazy. Uh-oh. Getting hit with the madness is such a bummer, as it lowers our accuracy. I know we could use an item, but I'm just really hoping that it's going to fade and we land a big hit, maybe. There we go. Like if we get a little lucky with a crit here, I feel like we win this fight. We're gonna have to use an item. We're just a little too low, I think. Burn. Yeah, burn's pretty brutal. But our trusty guard just coming in here, just giving us a turn to like make good decisions really makes a big difference here. And this is our second like air dragon we've taken out. Be interesting to see if he's also made the air dragon here a deal with whoever that kind of rising dark lord is. There we go, there we go. Not getting crit made a huge difference here. We are now the master of the skies, having defeated the air dragon, finding the air crystal. And I know we're 3 levels ahead of this thing, but we're not, like, from a stat point, very different. We will touch the swirling essence of the air dragon. We watch as the mighty dragon flies over the land, exercising its power over the skies and controlling the weather. Its influence caused a massive storm, blocking out the sun for 100 years. Oh no, for hundreds of years. When the air dragon finally settled down the rest, the weather calmed and allowed the city of Sexton to flourish. That's where the poutine lady is. Well, we should probably get out of here now the weather's all messed up. Interestingly enough, this is the first kind of like story boss we fought. The blue didn't immediately show up and say, hey, let's go. Oh, here he is. Yeah. And we are not going to fast travel back. I want to see if the weather's any different, as we haven't had any weather effects yet. And we still have some items we're trying to master. It is actually raining outside. Very cool to see. And hopefully that changes some of the dialogue with the NPCs. Love that. As they all talked about how mild and nice the weather was around here. Not anymore. Might even change the encounters. Yeah, why not? It is just pouring rain here. See if anyone has anything to say. This guy's in the wheat field. Apparently the rain is torture. He's all wet. Incredible. Incredible. How about this old boy? Thaddeus thinks the rain is refreshing, and it's good for the people here to be mildly inconvenienced from time to time. Let's go see what the local queen has to say. She's the one that insulted us, said we smelled, told us we needed to dress better. She wants to know why we're soaking wet. Yeah, the evil dragon is dead. You're welcome, Queenie. The crops will be flooded, you say. She thinks we ruined everything. Sexton has been the primary source of food for all of the lands of Allegoria for generations. Ew. Interesting. Yeah, but it's not going to rain forever, right? Come on. Limited time thing, don't you think? Hey, we found the way we're supposed to go. This has been blocked by the musician for a while. This is officially Route 16. Cool, cool. Dangerous wolf packs have been sighted. Do not trespass at the Lumberjack Mansion. Okay. We found the new town and something really cool here. This is a little house with Joe, the developer. Says, thanks for stopping by. Sorry for blocking the path. Finished the song he was working on. Very cool. We'll listen to it a little later. One other thing. There's a person in each of these rooms just talking about the game development, which is really cool. A little character here. Each of them has some unique dialogue we're going to punch through. And there's one last thing we can go into the office and see. It's a computer with some code and pixel art on it. Wait, this is the code for the Edge of Allegoria, the game we're in, right? Actually, it looks like I can press a button here and update the enemy levels in all the areas I've been to. Would you like to scale the dynamic enemy levels in previously visited areas to match the current player level? Not right now. Yikes. That could be really dangerous, but it's really cool. It's here. It's really cool. There's this family house here with all the family in it, and Joe out front. All right, dude. Let's hear your story, man. So we listened to a few of Joe's songs, and he gave us a guitar. Very cool. Yeah, maybe we can jam. If we could learn how to play the guitar, I guess we're jamming once we got that guitar. We'll try and master it, I suppose. We found a little sparkle in the woods here. It's basically invisible. Some kind of claw marks on this tree. Yikes. We follow the trees with the strange markings. This, of course, led to a little dungeon, as it does. And hopefully, doors somewhere nearby opened up. Hopefully, we're looking at... And it's a werewolf. He's been buffing himself up, like, most turns. So hopefully we don't get hit too hard before we can take him out. We found a third switch in here. Yikes. I think I found the final door and the boss for this zone. Big old werewolf boy, very intimidating. The Wulfen attacked. Okay, we're going to open up with a guard, and then we're going to do something really risky for this fight. We're going to go into a jam session. And what jam does is kind of wacky, is it doesn't hit very hard, you'll see here. But every turn, it's supposed to hit a little harder, but it prevents us from changing our moves. So if something goes wrong and we need to adjust, or we need to... Like, we're not going to be able to use another guard. We're basically saying, hey, we think we can just power you down because we're going to hit harder and harder every turn. And we take crazy damage doing this. But when it works, it works. I mean, boom. I think otherwise this would have been a really tough fight, but we almost died. You know, it's almost like a coin flip where the odds of winning are pretty low, but if it works, it works. Hey, winter is coming and we have found the Cloak of the Wolf. Very cool. We're on a new route, and every route we go to has these signs, and I have a small suspicion that The sign reads EAT on the top. I've had a hard time like coming to that conclusion because, you know, it's the art style, but I think the signs have actually been giving us a subtle message this whole time. This is round 17. North of us is Septiford. East is the Sacred Pond. Hopefully there's a deity to fight. Travelers are advised to not, all caps, not investigate moaning coming from the trees. Well, now we got to investigate that. Again, practically invisible, but I think we finally found what we were looking for. There are strange moaning noises coming from these trees. We will be investigating. We follow the sound deeper into the trees. We fought quite a few of these, but none have been a boss level fight, and I think we're going to risk it and just go right in for the jam. Ooh. Okay, special attack, special defense, and agility are reduced. So remember, the way jam works is each time we hit them, it just hits a little harder, but we are limited in our ability to do anything after we've done this. So I don't exactly know what the cap is on the jam, but all we can do now is just hit them with the jam session. But each one should hit a little harder, so it's basically a big DPS race. And I kind of like it. It feels like a gamble, but it feels like a gamble in my favor. Yikes, never mind. That's probably it. Uh-oh. I think we can still use items, though. One venison. Awesome. I think that heals them, the soul suck. That was crazy big damage. I actually think if they soul suck us again, it's over. If we don't kill them in this hit, we might actually lose. Here we go. Big hit might crit. Oh, it resets the jam. Ew, shoot. I think a hamburger is like a good 60 HP. No, not a third, not a third. We can guard. Okay, so if we use an item, we can break the jam session. But the issue with that is, you know, plain and simple, what does Flash do? Offensive stat decrease. Can we afford that? We won? We won. That was crazy tough. Found this cool tropical zone with trees and the deity of the water. I do believe water deity. This is the great deity of the water, protector of all that flows. They've been following our progress and journey, and apparently it's giving them hope. Okay. After the greatest betrayal, it appeared that all was lost. Resistance betrayed our true purpose, and the darkness could not be stopped. The creation of our brother, Wildinlenon, had become reflections of his corruption. We had no choice but to flee, weeping a sea of tears for our failure. The celestial powers of our sorrow was spread throughout the land, giving rise to a new power. Notice in the background there, you can see there's us, but behind us, a lot of the bosses we've been fighting. There's the troll. There's in the back right, a succubus. On the bottom right, there's the witch. On the top left, I believe that's the Jabberwocky. On the far left, you can see the big mushroom. Like, I think these are that new power, right? The anomalies. My sisters and I now seek out these anomalies to help them realize their true potential. So come, child. Show me your strength. You know, in terms of human and deity breeding, the water deity is the most compatible deity for humans. How do we know this? Where does that information come from? I think we're going to hit him with the big jam session. I think we go guard right in the jam and just run him down. Or we could go crazy and just jam the whole way. But I think we guard in the jam. Because remember, once we use the jam, we can no longer change our attack, and it just slowly ramps up and hits harder and harder each turn. So it looks like we just got hit for a solid 20 and a little bit of drowsy, making our special attack and defense and agility reduced. Hopefully jam's not a special attack. Looks like it is. Looks like it is. Neptunian strike. That's new. Every time we click fight, we don't get to pick our move. We just click jam. Defense up too. Wow. So the water deity here giving us that big debuff and then buffing their own defense. One of the first things we've really fought that has come in with another defense buff. Wow. That has really come in and buffed themselves up. As you can see, it's making a huge difference as we are multiple jams into this. And next one we kill him if we don't die here. We have 17 HP left. Was it worth the risk? Got him. That is crazy. It feels like such a gamble every time we throw out the jam, and it's been paying off so far. Yikes. Water D defeated. We are leveled up. We came in under leveled too. Very impressive. We have mastered the Pizzaster piece and found the water Talesman. We have defeated the water deity, the protector of all that flows. That was a tough fight, and it's a good thing we don't have to do that again. You know, every time we beat one of these things, our character's like, good thing we don't have to do that again. And I keep thinking we're going to have to do it again because he keeps saying, hey, we don't have to do that again, right? Wink. And then kind of convinced we will.